Okay.
New segment.
Oh, I hate this girl.
Yeah.
Everyone hates this girl. Every time this woman talks, more and more people just go, "Holy fuck!" You know what she is? She's the next Brie Larson.
No, she is. No, she saw what Brie
Ooh.
Larson did, and she's like, "Hold my fucking beer, bitch."
Yeah.
She's Brown Larson.
Brown Larson. Jesus Christ.
What she said this time? I haven't seen this.
I was scared of the original cartoon.
Oops, sorry. Let me turn that back up.
The original cartoon.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I
what a
never
pussy.
picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. So I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years when I was doing this film. I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be
yeah.
saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
I'm launching my campaign.
Holy bitch!
I just want to say, can you just share my screen really quickly? I don't believe her. I don't believe that she watched Snow White once in her life, was scared of it, and then decided to dress up as Snow White as a little kid. I don't believe her.
Kind of weird that you're posting pictures of little girls.
I fucking had to search for you, idiot.
She posted them too, didn't she?
Yeah, that's why.
On her
That's why I
Instagram,
knew
I
that
think.
they were out there.
Yeah.
I don't believe her.
No, I agree with your post, but I also agree with what I said.
That's okay.
Yeah, this bitch. Yeah, Brie Larson 2.0, except not even half as cute. I'm a Brie Larson.
Well, that's the thing. Snow White's supposed to be the fairest of them all, and this girl is fugly.
Yeah, especially when you consider that Gal Gadot is like the evil, jealous queen.
I saw
But
this meme.
That's the point. That's the saying. Like, they put her as the queen. That you can't have someone fairer than her. That's what I'm saying. So you have to find some stupid arbitrary thing that you're going to put, and it's never going to work.
So she's smart. You notice how all of her interviews, she's always like this. So you can only see like 3/4 of her face. She's got the wide eye thing like the Ariel chick. So I'm like, all these wide-eyed chicks to do all this. Take in mind the Ariel chick didn't go on campaigns like this and make declarations. So
But also too, they're changing the definition of fair to basically being just.
Basic
like,
bitch.
yeah. As opposed to fair skin, they're
Why
changing
would a
it to
queen
being
give a shit about who is the most just person in her kingdom? It makes no sense as a motivation for an antagonist.
Well, the whole story's changing. She's not being saved by the prince. There's no 7 dwarves. There's the whole story's changing because it's not 1930s anymore.
No,
like,
it's not 1937.
What does that have to do with fucking the story? Like, if you want to change the story, then just make a whole new story. And I think we've mentioned this multiple times in the past in regards to these remakes and all of these, character changes and all of this stuff. Like, why couldn't, instead of doing The Little Mermaid, why didn't they do like Little Mermaid's fucking long lost cousin?
Well, why don't they just do Tiana? If they really want a black princess, do Tiana. And that would coincide with them reopening. So they closed down Splash Mountain. And this is so retarded. Instead of making it Zootopia, it's literally about a rabbit and a fucking fox, just like Splash Mountain. Just change all the animatronics outfits and change the song to Zootopia. No, they're like, we're going to remake it at The Princess and the Frog. So have the black chick be Tiana and revamp the Princess and the Frog movie, which was their spin on it. It wasn't the classic version. It was, and Tiana's actually kind of popular. It wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't woke. And then just have we're going to do Tiana because we have the ride getting redone. So everyone that just watched this movie, now you can go on the ride. So, but they're like, let's do Ariel. It's like you guys are retarded.
But they used to exist in the same world. That's the whole point. Like you could have the ride, and then you could have the original, and then you could have that version of it. It wasn't like it's not like Highlander. There has to be only one. But now this has to be the only version of Snow White that anyone can see. It's this weird mentality. Like there's no
dwarves. Snow White's not white, and I mean you don't have to get like a white chick to play Snow White. Just find someone with pale skin. If you go to Mexico City, there's some people in Mexico City that are full on Mexican, but they got blonde hair and blue eyes, and they're super pale.
Mm-hmm.
Like
one of my favorite artists all time wasn't white, but had pale skin. I think his name was Michelle Jackson or something like that.
Well, it's just like, why don't you literally find an albino person and then just put a black wig on her and red lipstick? Like literally white. Like that would be funny. That would be clever. And I feel like albinos, they come in what if they got a black albino girl to play Snow White?
Sorry, I thought albino was a white black person.
Okay, African albino.
Okay. Like proper like
but you know,
it's
not just the Snow White element of this movie that like sort of doesn't really piss me off so much, but it's so ridiculous. It's the fact that like even the dwarves, right? There's been a lot of talk about them not having any dwarves in it or anything like that. But even the people that they did cast to essentially be these dwarves, so to speak, you can't even pick which dwarf they are. You know, these dwarves were named like Sleepy and Bashful and all of those, you know, unique names that were basically named after the kind of persona that they've got, right? And
Dopey.
That's right. You can't even pick one. When you look at those pictures that we saw, you wouldn't even be able to match up one of the names of the dwarves with one of those characters.
I know which.
Oh, look! Don't get me wrong. You definitely find Stoner in there, and you know, Acid Trip and shit like that. But you're not going to find the correct names.
I'm saying Shorty because there's only one short person.
Yeah.